Welcome back to another episode of Flavors and Knowledge, the podcast where we dive deep into the art of cooking, the science behind ingredients, and the rich stories that make food so much more than just a meal. I'm your host, Noah Mitchell, speaking from Chef Walter's Cooking School in Rhode Island, USA, bringing you narrated, factual culinary education with honest food talk and a few opinions along the way. So let's explore the diverse world of flavors together. This episode is titled, Understanding Shojin Cuisine. Once in the quiet dawn of Japan's ancient temples, a way of eating took shape that turned every meal into a silent prayer. It was the 6th century when Buddhism crossed the sea from China and Korea, carrying with it a gentle vow to refrain from taking life. Monks set aside meat and fish, choosing instead the humble gifts of the fields and forests. Centuries later, in the 13th century, a young monk named Eihei Dogen traveled to China, absorbed the teachings of Zen, and returned to found the Soto school. He wrote a small but profound guide called Tenzo Kyokun, Instructions for the Zen Cook, declaring that the kitchen was no different from the meditation hall. To prepare food, he said, was to practice enlightenment. Handle each ingredient with gratitude, waste nothing, cook with a clear and selfless heart. From that moment, Shojin ryori, the cuisine of devotion, found its true form. In the mountain monasteries of Kyoto and the sacred slopes of Mount Koya, this tradition grew like moss on old stone. It drew from Zen's love of simplicity and Shingon's reverence for ritual, weaving seasonality, balance, and mindfulness into every dish. Over time, its quiet influence reached beyond the temple gates, shaping the refined multi-course meals known as kaiseki, and reminding all who tasted it that true elegance arises from restraint. The rules of Shojin ryori are few but absolute. No creature is harmed, no meat, no fish, no poultry, no eggs, and in the strictest temples, no trace of animal products at all. The 5 pungent roots, garlic, onions, leeks, chives, shallots, are set aside, for their sharp breath and stirring energy are thought to cloud the mind and awaken desires that meditation seeks to still. No strong drink disturbs the calm. The focus remains on clarity and peace. Every meal honors the rule of 5. 5 colors to please the eye: green from fresh greens, yellow from sesame, red from subtle chilies, black from seaweed, white from tofu or rice. 5 flavors in gentle harmony: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, umami. 5 ways of cooking: raw, boiled, steamed, lightly fried, roasted, so the senses awaken together. Nothing is wasted. Every peel, stem, and leaf finds its purpose in broth or pickle. Ingredients follow the seasons, connecting the eater to the turning wheel of nature. Tender shoots in spring, cooling cucumbers in summer, earthy roots in autumn, warming mushrooms in winter. The Tenzo, the head cook, approaches the work as practice. With steady hands and an open mind, he draws umami from kombu kelp, shiitake mushrooms, and dried vegetables for a clear dashi. Seasons with soy sauce, mirin, a whisper of sake, miso, sesame oil, and vinegar, always subtle, never overpowering. Soy takes many forms: tofu smooth and silken, yuba delicate sheets, aburiage pouches, konnyaku firm and springy. Vegetables arrive fresh or wild: daikon crisp, burdock earthy, lotus root delicately patterned, eggplant glossy, bamboo shoots tender, mountain ferns and warabi gathered at first light. Rice, barley, and millet form the steady base. Sesame, walnuts, pine nuts, and chestnuts add richness. Shiso, perilla, sancho pepper, yuzu, and a touch of ginger brighten without dominating. Gentle techniques preserve the life within, simmering to coax sweetness, steaming to hold texture, light frying for a fleeting crisp, pickling for tang, fermentation for depth. A classic meal unfolds with elegant restraint. 1 soup, 3 sides, rice and pickles arranged on lacquered trays. A clear broth might carry wakame and tofu. Nimono simmers roots and vegetables in soft broth. Imono dresses greens in sesame or miso. Tempura offers a whisper of batter on seasonal vegetables. Yuba rolls enclose mushrooms. Gomadafu sets sesame paste into creamy custard. Pickles add bright contrast. A small sweet, warabi mochi, fruit or agar jelly, closes the meal without excess. Portions stay modest, inviting the diner to taste fully, to feel satisfaction in balance rather than abundance. Kyoto remains the living heart of Shojin Ryori. At Tenryujai Temple in Arashiyama, Shiatsu serves classic courses with views of gardens that seem to breathe with the food. In Tokyo, Daigo and Saogo offer refined interpretations, sometimes with sake or wine to bridge tradition and today. On Mount Koya, temple stays invite guests to rise early, share in the silence, and eat meals prepared with the same devotion the monks have practiced for centuries. Other Kyoto places, Kangen, Hale, the quiet kitchens of Myashinjai, carry the flame forward. Shojin Ryori is more than food. It is a mirror to the larger story of plant-based living. It echoes the mindful restraint of Korean temple cuisine, the compassion of Indian vegetarian traditions, the fasting rhythms of Ethiopian tables. Through humble plants, subtle fermentation, vibrant seasonality, and a zero-waste heart, it proves that restraint can yield the deepest flavor, that respect for life and connection to the earth can nourish far beyond the body. In a world often loud with excess, this gentle path offers something timeless, the quiet certainty that profound nourishment is born not from taking more, but from taking only what is needed, with gratitude and care. Ultimately, dear followers, thanks for listening and the privilege of your time. In conclusion, we hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for joining us on today's journey through flavor and discovery. You'll find all the relevant links in the show notes, including details on our cooking classes, the full notes and recipes from this episode, and our calendar for culinary tourism tour. Be sure to subscribe to our free newsletter to stay connected and informed. Remember to taste thoughtfully, cook with passion, and continue exploring the boundless world of food. Subscribe for more, share with a fellow food enthusiast, and we'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep your eyes on the fire and stay curious. The content for this episode is written by Chef Walter and produced by Simval Media, USA.